Hello and welcome back to Cape Corner. I didn't hit the record button and we just recorded like an
We've
hour-long thing.
yes, we've been ranting for 50 minutes
And
we didn't record any of it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, this is gonna be a short one because I don't feel like screaming more.
Yeah.
Too much more. But
To recap, I had COVID, Blue was busy, sorry for the lack of an episode. And the Punisher, but maybe not really the Punisher because we're mostly just angry at the government, and the Punisher is a good vehicle for that.
Frank Castle murdered a bunch of cops because they didn't kill the guys who killed his wife and child. Okay.
Yes.
So if right-wingers think that he's on their side, he's not. Speaking of, hey, you know who else isn't on your side? The Supreme Court of the United States. They took away Roe v. Wade. Masses of cells are not humans. If a woman has a fertilized embryo develop in her fallopian tube and it grows, she will die. She needs an abortion. If a woman has, or just anyone with a vagina, is raped, they shouldn't have to carry. Hell, if a woman just doesn't want to have a baby, she shouldn't have to have a baby. And while we're at it, if any of you sick chuckle fucks try to use this as an excuse to push your anti-vax agenda, I'm not afraid to go to prison. Because I don't want to hear about you using fucking my body, my choice when it comes to wearing a goddamn face mask.
Yep.
Because your choice only extends to the limits of your own body, and if you start infecting other people, then it's not your personal fucking choice anymore. There's a reason why if I blow myself up in the middle of nowhere, it's my personal choice. But if I blow myself up in the middle of a target, then I'm a suicide bomber that's attacking other people.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, so all of this is, it was a very long, detailed discussion about how the United States government sucks. How I said it's a corpse like Weekend at Bernie's being puppeteered by the old ghouls. We said that there is a senator named Bernie who I'm actually mostly fine with, but he's like the only one left that I can truly believe is pissed off about all this shit. God, what's all the stuff that we said? Like,
all cops are bad. The Punisher thinks so. The Punisher would definitely kill a lot of people. They're cops and probably Trump.
The Punisher would definitely kill the Uvalde police who stood around for 45 minutes.
One of them being ineffective and bad.
One of them literally getting a phone call from his wife that she was bleeding to death, and he didn't fucking like fight his way in. Like, if I was that cop, I would have either been inside that building or arrested.
Yep.
There is no in between. So, yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like, yeah, we talked about how Bulk and Skull became police officers because it's literally that easy, and that police officers are bullies. They were bullies in high school, and they went, I need a job, but I would like a job that allows me to continue beating the shit out of people weaker than me. Hey, look, police. And as a result, they have a bully's mindset. When they're dealing with someone with less power than them, in this situation, someone without a gun, they will harass them. But if it's a tweedly 18-year-old with an AK-47, all of a sudden they start pissing themselves and start shaking with the fucking Scooby-Doo shaking knees sound effect. Because they're a bunch of fucking...
that fucking sound effect. That's
you know the one. I want someone to take video of the Uvalde police and just put the knees knocking sound effect from Scooby-Doo over the video.
Throw in a zoinks.
Like zoinks, man. I'm scared.
I'm sad my voice can't do that right now. Damn it. Fuck COVID. Damn it.
Hey, okay. So
what's up?
we're clearly not going to perfectly reproduce the hour-long rant that we went on. So I'm going to pivot a little bit. I'm going to tell you, if you start burning shit down, good. I will go on the record. I will say I support you. Fucking fight me, police. You can't because you're a little busy right now. And here's the thing. Don't talk about it on the internet.
Yes.
If you have period tracking apps on your phone, delete it. As a matter of fact, fellas, if you are a single cis guy, put a period tracking app on your phone and start using it for random shit. Every time you go to get a Taco Bell or whatever, mark it on the period tracking app, send them fucked up data, make it hard for them.
Yeah.
That will show your solidarity with women and with anyone else with a vagina.
Oh yeah, we had just been talking right before the not recording we were doing cut off about the truth behind the quote unquote pro-life, which actually means forced birth stance, which I just wanted to say again is that you know, they claim it's because it's a baby, you can't kill a baby, but then a lot of them, not all but most, seem to support an exception for rape or incest or something. It's like, okay, so you are okay with killing that baby. That tells me you don't actually think it's a baby. You know it's just a non-sentient clump of cells. And this whole thing's really about a just sheer disdain for promiscuous women as they see it. And that's really the truth of it. It's about control.
It's also not even just about the women. Like, obviously, the women alone is a good enough reason. They shouldn't be dying or put in bad situations for themselves or forced to carry something that they don't want.
That's our hot take for the day. Maybe women shouldn't be dying for things they can't control.
But also, and like, as far as the guy who thinks that they're all sluts that need to close their legs, sometimes contraception fails. Sometimes they were doing everything they could, and if you go, well, maybe they.
And now they're going to outlaw contraception.
Exactly. So, and if anyone is saying then stop having sex, that tells me you weren't getting any anyway, because if you were getting laid, then a lack of sex would be an issue for you that you would think about a little bit quicker. Since you're clearly not having sex, shut the fuck up and stay out of the conversation.
And it again ties back to, so you've revealed this whole thing is really just that you have a disdain for people with sex lives, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So I was going to say something else. Contraception fails. Oh yeah. How about the kids? We all want these children to actually be born and have lives, but we don't seem to give a shit about what their lives are.
Yes.
Did you know that the foster care system in America is so bad that children routinely get lost in quotation marks? Quotation LOST quotation.
Yes.
That largely because they're considered undesirable and nobody knows what happens to them. That could be something as simple as they just throw them off onto the street and go, take care of yourself, kid. Or maybe they're human trafficked. Some of our US senators have been proven to be part of human trafficking rings. Maybe we should do something about that. So
yeah, it's like I was saying in the not recording, that, you know, it's very provable that when they say pro-life, they're not actually pro-life, because if the Republican Party were pro-life, the Republican Party would support universal health care and increased child care services and better education and better foster system, and they would support so many quote unquote socialisms to actually help the children they claim to care about.
Yeah, because here's the thing. They are not only making this like law redaction cause the death of a bunch of women, but it's going to cause the suffering and death of a bunch of children as well. Do you not understand that this is happening at the same time of the United States' most historic wage gap?
Mm-hmm.
There are more people in poverty than ever before.
Yep.
People in poverty can't afford to take care of a fucking child. So you're going to force them to give birth to a child that's then going to starve. And it takes some of the most, I don't care if it's ignorance, it's still evil to continue being this ignorant in the age of the internet, when this shit is very, very easy to learn.
Yeah.
You can easily learn about why abortion is necessary, why it should be a right, why the forced birth of a bunch of children right now might actually be a bad thing. And you know what? It doesn't just come down to a disdain for women or disdain for people with sex lives. You know what it also comes down to? White nationalism. I've literally heard people say that this is a good thing no matter how many die, because it means there will be more white people again.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Trump just had a fucking rally
Frank
last night.
Frank, come here.
Yeah, exactly. Trump just had a rally last night, and it was one of those bitches, Lauren Boebert or whoever, was like, thank you, President Trump, for being part of one of the greatest movements for white lives. Like, she said it.
They're not hiding it. It's white nationalism. This is literally the Nazi party. When will all of you realize this?
What did I explain 1488 on a recent episode? I feel like I did.
I don't think we've explained it on the show. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember us ever mentioning it, unless it was one of the J episodes that I didn't get around to listening to. I don't remember.
I might have, but I'll say it again here, in case anybody sees this number and doesn't understand. So when you are unsure about if we're serious when we talk about them being Nazis, look for the number 1488 or just 14 or just 88, whatever, because 14 stands for the 14 words. You might go, what's the 14 words? We must secure the existence of our people in a future for white children. It is the white supremacist mantra. It is the idea that Black and brown and Asian and Native and Inuit and whatever people thriving and having good lives is somehow detrimental to white people. And that we need to have a super majority and we need to be the dominant force. And this is followed up by 88. And you might go, okay, well, 14 words, that makes sense. What's 88? There's no way there can be an 88 word slogan. No, it's not. This one's going to sound like a conspiracy theory, but I promise you it's actually real. 8 is the 8th letter of the alphabet. H. 88 is HH, which stands for Heil Hitler.
Yep.
I know that sounds batshit, but these people are batshit. So
yes,
they're like, recently there was a Ukrainian soldier lady who was killed, and everybody was mourning for her. And they were like, see, this is such a good example of such a beautiful young life snuffed short. Oh, Russia's so evil. It's like, hey, is nobody going to talk about the fact that she's literally got 1488 on her fucking military jacket? It's almost like there's some connection between that and the fact that they're specifically getting upset about this soldier who is blonde and blue-eyed and has very angular European-centric looking features. So, yeah, the idea is that it doesn't matter if a bunch of women die And it doesn't matter if a bunch of children suffer, because it's a numbers game. And this will cause there to be a surge of white people. And that brings them comfort. It doesn't matter if the white people are suffering, just so long as we're not suffering as much as those darn blacks. Once again, Punisher, the guy who would kill a team of police officers because they didn't catch his family's killers, would definitely kill all of these people. Hey, fun fact, did you know that we've got 2 rapists on the Supreme Court?
Yep.
And
yeah.
There's still no term limits for people on the Supreme Court. And they're all fucking old.
Also, if you perjure yourself to get on the Supreme Court, you should be not only impeached, but imprisoned.
Yes, I agree. And yet there's no law for that. So, and let's not forget the fact that they're all old as fuck. So they're passing laws that are going to have extremely snowballing detrimental effects on future generations that they will not be around to see.
Just insane. Anyway, the Punisher, he's cool.
Yeah, I wish he was real.
I wish he was real. Dude, I really, if the Punisher existed in this world,
actually,
I mean, like,
there kind of. There
really
was a military guy. I just remembered this story from a few years ago. There was this military guy who found out that like a part of his local police station was like part of an actual racist cult or something like that. And so he murdered a couple of them. And
that's pretty cool.
The rest started chasing him. So what he did was he just set up like an elevated position and was basically just like in a sniper tower, and they couldn't get close to him because he would pick them off.
Wow.
And so he just stayed in there for days, like killing the occasional cop until he finally died.
My God. Yeah, I was about to say that if the Punisher were real, that'd be pretty rad. There are probably other Marvel heroes that I would want real first, but right now I'm very angry, and the Punisher seems a valid solution.
Yeah, and I think that's also part of why the right tries to co-opt his image, is because they're extremely angry people, and all they see, because they're stupid, you see, is the extremely surface level of angry guy with gun shoot other people. And he goes,
and to them, that's like, it's very telling that that's their interpretation. So they see angry guy with a gun shooting people, like, oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's telling.
When in reality, they would be the liquored up redneck that Frank is shooting at.
Yes.
Because he is trying to kill killers. They are trying to kill people they don't like. And that's the big difference. Like you can argue your fucking semantics all day long about, but doesn't that make him a killer too? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. If it's like if there's a wildfire and you don't have enough water to stop it, and you create a backfire and it snuffs it out, and you go, and some jackass was like, doesn't that make you an arsonist?
I do want to very briefly talk about the actual story of Punisher in season 2 of Daredevil, just because it's fun how that show writes it to where everything is corrupt and Punisher has to be against everyone, and it's kind of cool. Did you see Daredevil season 2?
Like I said, Daredevil. Yes, I did.
Yeah. So in Daredevil season 2, it's revealed to us that Frank Castle is doing these things because his family was killed. We at first think he's just going after gangs, because apparently there was this, like, a bunch of gangs had some big deal going on, and it went south, and a whole bunch of people died, including Frank's family, who just happened to be at like this local park. where this gang violence was going down.
Oh, I remember they were like on a
And-
picnic or some shit.
Yeah, they were out at a picnic like by the carousel in, I think, Central Park, and there's a bunch of gangs, and the gangs all start shooting at each other, and Frank's family dies. And so that's what we're introduced to, is Frank is anti organized crime. So he literally just wipes out like 2 whole gangs and most of a third, just by himself. And then we start to realize that the reason that thing went south was not because of gang violence. It was because it was a sting. And to avoid suspicion, the New York DA didn't evacuate the park before the sting went down because they didn't want to tip off the gang members. So now Frank goes after the cops involved, the undercover cops involved, and the DA herself, and kills all of them. And then we realize that the gangs were there to buy or get information on, I can't remember, but there was like a line of like pure heroin or something that was being imported from the Middle East. And it turns out that the person behind this was like Frank's commanding officer in the army. And so it's like, okay, so the army's corrupt. So now Frank has to, so that's like part of the plot of his show, is then now I've got to go after all those people and kill all the corrupt military people who were responsible for this sting ever occurring in the first place. And it's kind of cool to watch Frank go up increasing levels of, yeah, I'm just going to kill anyone who had any vague connection to this through any level of corruption. And so it's like, yeah, he doesn't care about, he's not going after just criminals. He will go out, he will kill a corrupt DA, which she was, is like, he'll go kill military people because they were corrupt. And he will kill cops who were too inefficient to do anything about it. And so that's just they do it really well in the Netflix stuff, which is now the Disney Plus stuff, thank God.
It's funny because, you know, they are all still criminals. It's just this twisted thing, this twisted game we play where a lot of times the people who commit crimes are also the people who get to label who is or is not a criminal. So of course they won't label themselves a criminal.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that they're not. And I really need some Americans to get that idea through their heads that somebody saying I am a good guy is not enough to make them a good guy.
And we're dealing with that with these January 6th. Have you been following what's coming out with January 6th stuff? Trump should be in prison. Like it's
what?
Just there's the January 6th hearings going on.
Oh,
and it's
January.
like,
I thought you were saying genuine 6. I was like, what the fuck?
Nah, the January 6th hearings have just been getting increasingly bizarre and more obvious that Donald Trump should be in prison. This is 1000% like undeniable at this point.
I've known it since
the level of
2015.
crimes. Yeah, I know, but now they're showing you all of these increasingly obvious sedition. That's like, yeah, you cannot ignore this anymore, but they're going to, because it is a former president. That's not what a criminal is. Former criminals aren't former presidents. That's not how the label works.
Look,
So he can't go to
Obama-
prison.
Barack Obama is my favorite president that I've like been alive and aware of, right?
Yeah, me too.
He's still a criminal.
Yes.
Like they're all criminals. They
Yes.
they should all
It's like
Be
when I
locked up.
say it's like when I say my least favorite Marvel movie is still a good movie. My favorite president is still terrible.
yeah.
It's-
He definitely popularized drone strikes on Middle Eastern countries. So George Bush
that's
would be creaming his pants if he had drones.
Oh dear God.
I'm sorry for that disgusting imagery, but
So yeah, you can, dear listener, I think you understand where we're at. And I apologize if you got all excited for an in-depth dive on the characterization of the Punisher.
I don't. Pay attention to the news, God damn it.
This is true. You couldn't expect us to do anything else this week.
Why did you think that this was going to be a Punisher episode? Did you really look at it? First of all, have you ever heard me before? If not, welcome to the show.
Hi,
but,
welcome.
but if you've heard me before, and then you saw what's happening in the news, and then you saw Cape Corner came back from its 3-week slumber with a Punisher episode.
You got to put the pieces together, man. Also, my show would have done something like this, but this news came out while I was recording, and I wasn't checking like Twitter or anything while I was recording. So it was so upsetting because we were talking about Obi-Wan over there, just having a good time. Had Dylan Pollock on. We were just hanging out, talking about the Obi-Wan series. And then as soon as I hit stop record, I opened Twitter, and that's the whole feed. And it was from like 20 minutes before I stopped recording. So it was like, man, if this had happened an hour earlier, that my whole episode would have been about this.
Yeah. Look, fight for women's rights. Know that every member of the Supreme Court, their home address is a matter of public record. I'm not necessarily saying that you have to be the Punisher if you don't want, but at the very least, you should make life inconvenient for them. You should shout outside of their windows about how much they fucking suck. Make fucking blast air horns when they try to sleep. Do it.
Yep.
It'll be fun.
Yep.
Just anything like, and for people who are, I'm seeing some people be like, just make sure your protests aren't violent. First of all, fuck off, you narc. If protests are convenient for the people that you're protesting against, it's not a protest.
Yeah, no protests that ever really accomplished anything.
These
like
people,
I'm mostly talking about how violent did the what was it, Stonewall?
Oh,
is that the name of it?
Yeah, the Stonewall riots.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, big moments get pretty intense. Big moments get pretty intense.
Yeah, because these pussy ass bitches, every time they want to think of their ideal version of a protest, they think of the Salem March. You know,
yeah.
The one that ended with people getting bitten to death by dogs.
Yeah.
I'm
not gonna dismiss the efforts of people out there peaceful protesting. I will dismiss someone's dismissal of more violent protesting.
Look, the fact of the matter is, as much as we might not like it, violence gets results. Violence makes people step back and go, oh shit, maybe we made a mistake. And make no mistake, they are being violent towards you. And yes, that includes you, fellow cis men. I do not have the organs that are in play for this particular problem. But if you think they're not coming for you next, check history. First, they started with the trans people recently. Then they started moving on to other forms of gay people. Now they're attacking women. And now they're talking about wanting to revoke Ferguson, like anti-segregation laws. They're wanting to go after like colored people next. They want to reintroduce Jim Crow eras of segregation.
Yep, it's first they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak up.
Yep.
It
is. I saw a quote that I think was extremely valid, which was, people don't understand that the road to fascism is lined with politicians and other people telling you not to get so upset.
Yes. Oh, I saw that quote.
To stop overreacting. That's
stop overreacting. That's what it always is. Just for the sake of noting it, if there's 2 or 3 people who don't know, that poem that I just read here is from Nazi Germany, and it's about the descent into Nazi Germany.
Yes. Look,
Um,
if you're afraid of like being violent and you think that it's unwarranted, I promise you these people are being violent against you. They're just doing it with pens and paper rather
and
than
if this decision did not affect you, you might be next.
Yeah. No, might. You will be. You
Yeah.
are not a member of the ruling class. You might
This is true.
think that you are, but as long as you're in the back of your Ford pickup truck chugging a beer and you're not sitting in the Capitol, you will never be one of them. You don't
Yes.
have money. Okay. You think you do, you don't. I need you to understand they're not making a team that's going to include you in it. They are telling you they're doing that because they want your support in attacking others. Because at the end of the day, one of the best tactics from the art of war is getting your enemy to fight amongst themselves. What they do is they draw lines between all of the people below them, and then they look at one side of that line and go, people on the other side of the line hate your guts. You gonna take that? They get all the liquored up hillbillies to attack socialists and Antifa, and they get them to attack women, and they get them to attack gay people. You know, the whole like, oh, drag is gonna sexually assault your kids or whatever. They use these tactics to get one party to attack all the others, and then as soon as they're done with you, they will go after you next. And again, like in Jordan's poem, there won't be anyone left to help you. So you need to stop listening to what they say. They do not care about you, and they would kill you without a second thought for a few extra bucks. So even if this law does not directly affect you, realize what's coming next. And hell, I shouldn't even have to say that. You know why? You should have some basic goddamn human empathy. Think about your mother.
Yeah, really.
Think about your mother. Think about your sister. Think about any women friends you have. If you have any, you incel chud. And realize that if you see them upset and scared and angry, that those are human beings who are being harmed needlessly. Help them. I don't need you to be superhero. I know I end every episode with we can all be heroes, but that doesn't mean that you need to be a one-man army wiping out the military like the Punisher. But you can be a part of something bigger. Hell, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fucking said it, is that we can all be important if we realize that we're a part of something bigger.
Yeah.
And what you are seeing out there on the streets when you see protests, don't let them trick you into thinking that it's a wave of unnecessary violence from truly savage monsters. You know, what you're seeing is the natural reaction to people having their lives stripped away from them and trying to get them back. I got nothing else. Do you have anything else?
That's it for me. Dark time.
Okay. Holopods, we got a link tree in the description. There's other podcasts that I don't know. They're probably also angry about things.
They've been doing some tweets. They're upset.
Yeah. You can follow the Cape Corner Twitter at Cape Corner. You can follow my personal. Oh yeah, my Twitter account got locked. Did I tell you?
Oh shit! Really?
All because I was insulting people who were trying to use the Roe v. Wade shit to push anti-vax movements.
Yeah, that'll do it.
They were like, oh, well, my body, my choice didn't seem to matter when we were getting vaccinated. No, you dumb fuck. I called them ignorant sluts, and I told one to choke on a cactus, and that was enough for me to get, Oh no, I know I'm such a bad guy wanting them to actually give a shit about other people's health. Anyway,
Oh Lord.
so I got locked out for 12 hours. Big whoop. I slept for
That's
9
pretty
hours
funny.
anyway. Okay. Oh yeah. So you can follow my personal Twitter, which is currently locked at Beyond Blue 13. Just know that a lot of it has been very angry posting lately. Obviously, you
Fair
can
enough.
follow Jordan's Twitter. Personal Twitter is at Jordan Blue Man. His podcast is at Phantom Optimists. Go take a listen to Phantom Optimists. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, don't be shocked that the Fandom Optimists, both show and Twitter, isn't really talking about this stuff. It's my safe haven for not thinking about this stuff. It's my
Yeah.
desperate cling to mental health. So that
Yes.
account stays positive. Follow my normal account for my thoughts on this shit.
Hey, if I can guilt trip people real quick,
Mhm.
and know that I'm not really guilt tripping you. I understand the need for the mental health things, but also just something to remember is that the ability to escape from this news is in fact a privilege.
Oh, of course it is. Yes.
There are people who cannot get away from it. So
There are a lot of people who are blissfully unaware of their own privilege.
yeah,
And
the ability
comically unaware is the word I think I should be using, of their own privilege.
to turn off the TV and cozy up by your fireplace and like ignore this stuff for a few hours is something that many people don't have.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, let's have some fucking empathy for each other. All right.
Mhm.
Maybe don't come into a fucking movie theater on the day
Okay, what did they do?
this
No,
motherfucker.
oh yeah, wait, we should set them, because I think we said it when we weren't recording last time, that you got very upset with someone because they were showing no empathy, but I don't know what
This
that means.
dude,
What did
this
they do?
dude came in saucy as hell. I was sitting behind the concession stand at the movie theater, and I was looking at something on my phone because it's a self-serve counter. You grab your popcorn your own fucking self, and all the signs are there. Get your cheese at the fucking cashier. It's self-serve. Here's all the sizes.
Sounds kind of
People
cool.
don't read, but this guy came up to me and was like, hello, can I get a popcorn? And I look up from my phone. I'm like, yeah, you can. It's self-serve. And he's like, well, can I get a fresh bag? And he pointed to the popcorn. And I'm like, I mean, you can, but the popcorn in the warmer is warmer than the popcorn in there. Do you still want me to do it? And he's like, oh no, I wouldn't want to make you work. And it took everything I had to not leap over the counter and smack him in his stupid fucking face. Yeah. Especially if you're a cis guy, you don't have a right to be acting with a fucking attitude right now. So shut your goddamn mouth.
Mhm.
I'm also a cis guy, but fuck you. Anyway, there's other stuff. Oh, you can support me on Anchor. Yeah, go burn some shit down. Stay strong, stay true to yourselves, and remember, we can all be heroes.